Welcome back to That's What She Said Sports on AM 1100, streaming live on 1100entertainmentradio.com. Hey folks, so the richest man in Louisiana, Tom Benson, who is also the owner of the Pelicans and Saints, is involved in some serious family drama. And to help explain that, as far as what exactly is going on, I reached out for some legal advice. Linda Melanson is an attorney practicing in the area of estate planning, elder law, Medicaid, and VA benefits planning, special needs planning, and estate administration. She is recognized by the Louisiana Board of Legal Specialization as a specialist in estate planning and estate administration. She is also accredited by the VA to give advice regarding veterans' benefits. Everybody put your hands together for Linda Melanson.
Good morning, Linda.
Hey, Linda, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So what did you think of that opening? I did all but have smoke, right?
I'm sorry?
I said, what did you think of that opening? I did all but have smoke for you.
Right.
Well, hey, thanks for calling in. We know you're an hour behind us. We appreciate you getting up early. So,
Sure.
So Linda, if you could just tell our audience here, all over Atlanta, because this is obviously big news where you are, but just kind of give us what exactly is going on with Tom Benson.
Well, it appears that there is a family drama, a saga going on right now. Tom Benson, as you may know, is the owner of the New Orleans Saints football team and also owns the New Orleans Pelicans basketball team. He is the only person who owns two professional franchises in the same city. So Mr. Benson is 87. He's been married 3 times. His first 2 wives have passed away, and now he is married to his 3rd wife, Aunt Gail Benson. And he also has one surviving child, Renee Benson, and Renee has 2 grandchildren. Well, it appears that a little bit before the last football game that the Saints had in the 2014 season, he wrote a letter to his children, or at least he signed a letter to his daughter and to his grandchildren, telling them that he was cutting them out of his plan, and that they were no longer going to receive these sports franchises. So it has been, like you said, it's been quite a news story here in South Louisiana. I know that you may not be as fond as of the Saints there in Atlanta as we are here in South Louisiana, but it is front page news here.
Well, I can tell you, I'm married to a Saints fan. So he's not exactly the most popular guy in the neighborhood, but there are some Saints fans. There's a heavy dose of Saints fans here in Atlanta.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So so here he is, 87-year-old Tom Benson, 3rd wife, 1 surviving child, has 2 kids who are fighting, and I know recently, the trial just started, and now they're trying to see if he is incompetent or not. And what would happen, Linda, if they found him incompetent?
Well, what would happen is that the court would appoint someone else to start making his financial decisions for him. And like you said, they are trying to have him declared incompetent. They filed a lawsuit making some allegations against Mr. Benson, saying that he's in very poor physical and mental health, that he doesn't know who the president is, that he's not capable of making his own decisions, and that he should have someone appointed to do that. Probably in Georgia, they would call that person a guardian, a conservator, something like that. Here in Louisiana, we have a different legal word for everything, so we call this an interdiction proceeding. So
now, what I found interesting is I had just read that he donated $11 million to renovate the stadium next to the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. So it's now the Tom Benson Stadium. And this doesn't sound like a man who is having any issues. I mean, he sounds like he definitely knows what he wants. Linda, if you could kind of explain to everybody as far as the whole thing of the trust, why his daughter and 2 grandkids ultimately are upset about the trust. Like, what does that mean?
Well, like you said, there is another issue here, the trust issue. We've got the issue of they're trying to declare him incompetent to make his own decisions. But we've also got an issue that probably only people like me who practice law in this area really focus on. But it appears that 5 years ago he set up a trust for his daughter, for his grandchildren. He transferred the ownership of these two sports teams into that trust. And so it's something called an irrevocable trust. Mm-hmm. And what that is supposed to mean is that you can't revoke it, you can't change it. But now he's trying to get these teams out of the trust through kind of a backdoor way. It's a tax issue, or the reason that we put this backdoor way in the trust is for a tax reason. But now he's trying to get them back out, ostensibly to give them to his new wife, Gail.
Oh, wow. So, now, is there been any, being that this is a popular story where you are, do we know if at any time his wife and daughter had ever gotten along? Do they ever talk?
It appears from the news stories that I have read that they have not ever really been on very good terms. Mm-hmm. There have been some allegations in the lawsuit, such that maybe Miss Benson, Gail, is a gold digger, that she met Mr. Benson in 2004, that she approached him, and they married shortly thereafter. So I don't think there's ever been a lot of harmony in the family.
Yeah.
So, and we see this an awful lot in blended families like this, so it's not uncommon to the Bensons.
Well, and I'm sure the third wife is never the popular wife anyway.
Probably not.
Lucky number 3. Now, Linda.
Right. Apparently, they've both been married 3 times before, so the third time's a charm, right?
Right. That's what they say. Now, Linda, I know a lot of the talk is, surrounded around the sports franchises. What about his other business affairs? Because he owns a pretty a good bit of New Orleans, like broadcast stations and things of that nature. Am I correct?
I'm really not sure about his business holdings with regard to broadcast stations. He does own other businesses in the San Antonio, Texas area. Mm-hmm. He has car dealerships. And so there is also a lawsuit going on over in San Antonio between the two factions with regard to the car dealerships.
Yeah, and
so
I thought
it doesn't just involve the sports teams.
Right. Wow. Yeah, and I thought that was interesting because I was trying to figure out why is it that we're in the San Antonio court as well. So
right, and it's because of those car dealerships over in that area, and that he's trying to cut them out of that too.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So let's go back to the Pelicans and the Saints, because mm-hmm. I know within the NBA and the NFL, obviously the owners play a part too as far as who gets the team. I mean, all that came out, especially in the NBA, when Donald Sterling him and his wife were going through it, right. The owners had to vote as far as if Sterling could get the team or whatever. Have the owners played any part in as far as what he's going to do with the Pelicans and Saints, or him trying to transfer everything to his wife Gail?
I don't think they've done anything yet with regard to the trying to transfer anything to Gail, because right. that hasn't come about yet. But apparently it's just been a little over 2 years ago where he got the approval from the NFL owners to transfer the team to his daughter and to his grandchildren. And so now any change in that is going to require their approval again.
Right.
So I don't know, coming back to the table again and asking may not be so easy the second time.
Right.
Wow.
So, Linda, in law terms, like, in our term, us, let's say, people outside the law, right. we hear the word irrevocable, you're thinking you can't do anything. But within the law, can you change stuff? I mean, can you do something?
Well, again, irrevocable should mean irrevocable, but we're lawyers, and so we always have to create a backdoor and an escape hatch if we possibly can.
Right.
Now, in this case, it's a tax provision, and what it says is that you can exchange property of equal value for the property that's already in the trust. And
okay.
so what is in the trust is the two sports franchises, the Saints and the Pelicans. And so apparently what Mr. Benson tried to do was exchange an unsecured promissory note for those teams and to take those teams out of the trust.
Oh, wow.
Now, so far, the trustee of the trust has not allowed him to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm
Wow.
sure the trustee's worried he may have some liability there also.
So I'm curious, outside of those who don't have the money like Tom Benson, is this something that we would have to worry about? I mean, is this something that we could go through? Just, normal folks, working, doing our own thing.
Right.
Could we fall into the same issue that Tom Benson and his family are in?
Sure you can, and that's why this is so interesting to me. I'm actually not a really big Saints or Pelicans fan. I'm a huge LSU football and baseball fan.
Right.
But this is so interesting to me because it involves the areas of law I practice in, and I see this every day. It's just not with people who have this much money.
Mm-hmm.
All the time, people lose capacity to make financial decisions or medical decisions for themselves, and that may be as a result of old age, dementia, or it could be the result of an accident.
Right.
When that happens, if they haven't appointed someone to make those financial decisions for themselves, then a court is going to have to step in and appoint someone.
Oh, wow.
So it's always good to have that planning taken care of, regardless of what your age is or what your health is.
Right. Well, Linda, thank you so much for joining us and providing us with some background. We can't wait to have you back because this is obviously going to be ongoing. This is not going to be solved anytime soon. So definitely come back and give us updates about Tom Benson and his real-life soap opera.
Sure. March 13th, the psychiatrists are supposed to have their reports in, so
Okay.
maybe we'll know a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Again, thank you
Great.
so much, Linda, for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
So, folks, when we get back, BG is up next with It's a G Thing. You're listening to That's What She Said Sports.
Yeah.
You're listening to That's What She Said Sports on AM 1100, Atlanta Sports and Entertainment Radio. Why did you stop?
Why you let me say something?
Okay, well,
Can we do it together?
it's over now.
No, we can do it again.
Nope, it's done. I like it.